Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field of play your judge and coaches for the first match today on the field. Your line judge for this morning's session will be Jules May. Athletes, please welcome the athletes to the field of play for this match. On target number 1, representing the Isle of Man, Leslie Slight and Stan Gorey. On target number 2, representing the England Blue team, Helen Brown
to bring this
and Brett Stringer.
So we've just welcomed the archers and the officials to the field of play, and we'll be starting shortly.
Okay. England, you're going first. Isle of Man.
It will be England on target number 2 to get us underway in the first end of this match. That's a 5. And a 6 from Brett.
Followed by a 5. Sorry, a 6.
6. Leslie starting up for the Isle of Man. Opening up there.
That's a 5.
5, possible 6. Judges have a look at it when they get down the far end.
You can see from the pictures there's
And
quite a
a
crosswind
3.
going this morning.
And that's 3. Follow up, so 11-8 after 2 arrows. England holding a small advantage.
England to shoot next.
That's a 9.
Very nice score. arrow of this set.
And an
And
8.
that's an 8.
That's a 5.
High 5.
That looks like it could be a miss from here. So we'll wait for the
Marked
judges
down
to
as a miss,
confirm
but
the
see,
scores.
so-
But unofficially, England taking an early 2-set point lead in this
So if
match.
anyone's unfamiliar with mixed barebow or barebow in general, they are shooting at 50 metres on a 122 target place. And with barebow, it means you don't have sights, and there's a limit to the size and way you can stabilise your bow. So you might be used to seeing compound and recurve bows with all the stabilisers out the front and off the sides, and with barebow you'll see them with weights at the front and perhaps at the back of their bows. They have to fit through a certain size ring for judging.
So that's been marked down as England taking a 2-set point lead. 2 points for the win, 1 for the draw and none for the loss. That's how this works, and it's first to 5 in the mixed team events.
So those scores have been
This is the
confirmed by
first
our
time
target
that
judge. So it'll be Isle of Man,
Barebow
on
has
target
actually
number 1,
featured
that will
at
be
this competition.
shooting first in the next end of this
Officially
match.
recognised by World Archery in the last year or two. It'll be Isle of Man to kick us off this time round. There's quite a strong crosswind from left to right here on the field today, even though it is quite sunny. It was quite still here yesterday in qualification, so it will make some of the marks a bit different.
That's the 1.
That's, as you see, it's been dragged right out to the right-hand side into the 1. It's making it a bit tricky, particularly from the Barebow's point of view. Obviously, they don't have sights, so it's not quite so easy to adjust your aiming point as it would be normally. And I don't think that's actually a hit at all. I think he's unfortunately missed the boss.
So England coming up for their first arrow of the set. And that's an 8. That's a 7.
That's a 7.
England archers looking fairly comfortable here in the first 2 opening sets. Other than that first arrow, they've all been fairly consistently red or above. Armband archers. That's a 4 at 3 o'clock.
That's a 2.
That's a high 2. So the Armband archers just trying to find the rhythm still and get into this match.
England coming up for their 3rd and 4th arrows of the set.
9.
That's a 9. It's very nice shooting from England there.
This is obviously the first of the finals here today. It's going to be a long day.
And that's a 6 from England. So England take that set. So they're now 4.0 lead over the Isle of Man. You'll notice that the archers rotate. So one archer shoots an arrow, steps back, and then the fellow team member comes up and takes the next arrow. And that's the way that the mixed team finals work. And you'll see that process throughout the day. All of the finals matches today are going to be broadcast live, so feel free to join in and cheer on your favourite team or archer, or just all of us as we compete today. So in terms of potential outcomes for the next match, if England win it, they will take the win. If they draw it, they will still take the win because it's first to 5. If Isle of Man win, it will be 2-4, and they will carry on for the continuing sets.
Isle of Man is first. England, your go.
Scores will be confirmed by our target team, and England leading 4-0. So target number 1 will be shooting first in the next end of this match.
Isle of Man to kick us off here in this third set when field play is clear again. That's 4 out to the left-hand side.
You see every Barebow arch has a slightly different technique.
That's an
Excellent
8
from England. Consistent shooting there.
That's a 7-8 liner.
See most of the Barebow archers adopting the style of having one finger above the arrow and 2 below.
As Barebow is relatively new to target archery, it's actually still quite common in the field and the 3D sections of archery. So a lot of the archers that are now shooting Barebow in target have come from the field or the 3D background, and therefore the shooting styles can be quite varied depending on the type of bow they've shot. They've shot whether it be the flat bow or the Barebow or more of a traditional style bow, and that affects whether they do things like string walking, like Brett here, who's got three fingers below.
That's another 8
to help adjust their aim.
So unofficially, it looks like the England blue team have taken the match.
That's a solid win for England. 6-0 victory over the Isle of Man.
But we'll await confirmation of our
from Brett and Helen of the England blue team to take the bronze medal.
Yeah, congratulations England. That was some very consistent shooting.
And so it's confirmed, England blue team winning the bronze medal in the Barebow mixed team round.
So congratulations there to the England blue team. A conclusive win over the Isle of Man. And well done to the Isle of Man for getting to that match.
coming up next, we've got the gold medal match. It'll be the Celtic Soul Brothers, which is a lovely mix of Colin Allen from Scotland and Darren Cook
Ladies
from Wales.
and gentlemen, please welcome the judge.
Obviously, this is meant to be a mixed competition, but Wales and Scotland unfortunately could only send one Barebow each, and so out of sportsmanship that's been here this weekend, it was agreed that the pair of them could shoot together to make de facto mixed pairs as such. And the pair of them have shot exceptionally well, beating the England blue team, who just won the bronze medal match 6-0 in their semi-final to qualify here. And shooting against them is the England yellow team of Imogen Bannister and Richard Heathcott, who beat the Ireland 6-0 in their semi-final.
Imogen Bannister.
England yellow team was seeded first, so they should come into this as favourites over
number
the
2,
Celtic Soul Brothers,
the
as they've
Brothers.
named themselves.
Colin Allen.
And that Celtic Soul Brothers team
And Darren
epitomises one of the things that I think we all love about the sport of archery, which is the sportsmanship.
It will be target number 1 to get us
and just the
underway
great
first
fun.
in the
Your
first
two
end of this
commentators
match.
here actually were paired together to shoot in a compound mixed team, although we didn't quite have the success of the Soul Brothers.
We did not.
You're shooting first. Scotland, you're shooting second.
And let's get underway with our gold medal match today and see how this turns out.
You'll see here that the archers are waiting behind a line until the next sound buzzer goes, and then they can step forward to shoot. England to start for us.
That's Rich did a high 4 up the top there. Back to the point of the Barebow archers coming from different fields. You notice Imogen is shooting with, she's got a hand tab on, so you see the tab goes all the way over her 3 fingers, where Richard is shooting with a finger tab, which just goes in the front of his fingers.
And that's a 5 for Richard. You'll also see that the archers have to, as I say, rotate, and they cannot start to come across to the shooting line until the previous archer has cleared the line, otherwise they get what they call foot faults, and they have to step back and start again.
3.
And that's a 3 for the Celtic Colts.
Celtic
Soul Brothers.
We'll get it right eventually, promise.
I'm not guaranteeing that one.
You're meant to be Scottish.
6.
And that looks like a 5-6 liner, but it's been declared as a 6 for now.
So
checked at judging.
we're all tied at 9 after 2 arrows. Oh, that's a nice shot.
It's a very nice 8 from England.
Nice smooth follow through. Richard shot exceptionally well during the qualifying with 6.07 out of 7.20, which for a Barebow is amazing.
9.
And a 9. That's showing his class there.
So I was going to need a couple of good arrows from the Celtic Soul. Oh dear, that's not going well on the slides.
Colin's up next for us.
Thank you.
6.
And that's a 6.
So Darren just needs 11 with his last arrow, which isn't possible, unfortunately. So England's going to take a 2-point lead going after the first set. I think, unfortunately.
I think that's a 5-6. It's a little hard to tell on the camera here.
Looks like it might be a 2.
Oh, it's all the way out in the 2.
Apparently it's in the 2. So that's a 2-point set lead to the England yellow team against the Celtic Soul Brothers.
Yes. So, go on.
I was just going to say, you could just see the back of the judge there, and they're just up officially checking the scores, along with whoever is up there for each team calling the scores. So there's plenty of people who aren't necessarily shooting on the field today, but who are here helping and supporting their teammates.
Well, this is obviously a very high-status international event. It is also a highly friendly event. Everybody's had a good laugh today. I think Colin and Darren have epitomised this shooting together during this match. That they're obviously they've enjoyed themselves quite thoroughly. I think they're just pleased to have got to this match, whatever the outcome would be.
That's the scores confirmed by our judges to that end, and the Celtic Soul Brothers will be shooting first in this end
So
of the
the
match.
Celtic Soul Brothers are up first, and Colin is opening up for us.
Just going to wait for the 10-second intro before they can. The clock starts in their 80 seconds.
And you can't take your arrow out of the quiver until you're onto the shooting line. See, the wind's just still whipping around there.
5.
And that's a 5. So Darren's up next. And that's a high 4, about 2 o'clock.
Lovely. Just outside the 10.
Very strong shot.
England look like they're just starting to settle into this match.
Ooh, another 9 from Richard there.
Lovely group. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit more now.
Colin comes up for the penultimate hour of the set for the Soul Brothers.
8.
That's an 8.
It's got 5 seconds left to shoot this arrow.
9.
Very nicely done, Darren. That's a 9.
So England need to score 9 points over the next 2 hours to take 4-0 lead. Very quick.
6.
It ended up in the 6.
It's a 6, so they need 3 points to take the set.
Loads of time left on the clock here.
You can see the pale blue box next to the name as the seconds counting down. 10. Very strong shooting from England there. Well done.
Gives them a 4-0 lead after 2 sets.
So unofficially looks like England retain their lead, taking the 2 set points on offer in that end to make it 4-0.
So again, the 3 outcomes we can have from the next match are the England yellow team win and win the match. So the next set, if England yellow and Celtic Soul Brothers draw, England would still win because it's first to 5 points in team matches. And if the Celtic Soul Brothers were to win, it would be 2-4 and they would continue on to another set. Slightly different conditions than we had shooting yesterday. The sun is out again, which is fantastic. It's lovely to see the Lushel in the sunshine. But the wind is definitely stronger than qualification.
Those scores have been confirmed by our target judging team, and target 2 will be shooting
part
first
of the
again in the
big,
next end of this match.
Challenge in archery is reading the wind and judging how your arrows will fly and what adjustments you need to make.
Collins kick us off in the 3rd set then.
And that's a high 4, about 2
4.
o'clock.
Nine.
9, very nice. Good shooting there. We have Imogen for England. An 8.
Nine.
Very solid 9 there from Richard.
Nine.
Lovely.
Celtic Soul Brothers finding their rhythm. Just with 6 seconds left to shoot this arrow.
8.
Oh, that's an 8. Nice shooting there from the Soul Brothers in the last set. That's a 6 from England for Imogen there.
Nine.
That should give England the 6-0 victory over the Celtic Gold Brothers.
We'll wait for the confirmation from our
So
target
congratulations there to the Celtic Soul Brothers. Good attempt at staging a comeback there in the last set. I think we can safely say everybody involved in that match has had a fantastic time and thoroughly enjoyed themselves.
And that's all confirmed by our target judge. England yellow team winning the match. Okay, whilst they're doing a quick face change, a shout out to the field crew from this week. Thank you very much for all the work. Okay, please welcome the coaches and judge to the field of play for the compound mixed team bronze medal match.
So from the Barebows, we've now gone over to the bronze medal match of the compound mixed team. In this match is going to be the England yellow team of Nat Merry and Duncan Busby against the Scotland A team of Beth Martell and David Duncanson. The England yellow team got a bye in their quarterfinals and then lost to the Wales red team 142 to 148 to end up in this bronze medal match. And the Scotland A team beat the Isle of Man 147 to 139 in their quarters, and then unfortunately lost to the England blue team 147 to 153.
And Kevin Duncanson. He'll be target number 1 to get us underway in the first end.
It'll be the England yellow team to kick us off here this morning in this bronze medal match. The England yellow team actually seeded first in the qualification round, and the Scotland A team seeded third. So the almost shock loss to Wales red in the semi-finals has brought them to this bronze medal match. Given the fact they seeded first, you've got to feel that they've got the slight advantage over the Scotland A team.
Indeed, and we'll have England up first.
It's a low 6 there from Nat to kick things off. Sight marks might be slightly different from yesterday, given the fact that the wind is now blowing chunk heavier than it was yesterday during the qualification. So
absolutely, you can see the flags in the back. It's definitely blowing bigger than it was yesterday. And it's slightly colder as well this morning.
Yes.
Even though it looks sunny on the pictures.
A little bit low there from let's see what the Scotch look like.
Oh, quick shot.
Lovely from Kevin, cleaning the X.
Nice. We've definitely sorted the sight marks.
Scotland dialed straight in to begin with. See if England have corrected themselves.
Good test of quick adjustment.
Better height from Nat, but slightly out to the left into the 8 ring. She didn't look too comfortable when she shot, just threw her hand away.
Duncan in the same place roughly, just a bit lower, working his way up a bit, still an 8. See if Scotland can continue their run.
10.
Oh, yeah, cleaning the 10 again, lovely. It's a little bit low in the 8 from Beth. The difference between the Barebow you've just seen and the compounds on now is that the compound is for 4 ends as such, and the score is cumulative, so it's added together. So Scotland taking an 8-point lead over England. The advantage you have during the likes of the Barebow and the recurve matches when it sets is if you have a bad set like that to begin with, you have a chance to correct yourself and come back into the match, where unfortunately England is now 8 points adrift to try and make up over the next 3 ends. So it's going to require them to get them sight marks sorted and dialed right in, clean off the bat now. They're going to try and recover that difference.
We're seeing some nice replays now at the moment. And yeah, Scotland certainly shooting relatively quickly and dialed in.
And that's
But
the scores
nothing
confirmed by
too
our
bad
target
from
team.
Duncan's
Target
perspective.
1 will be shooting first.
I'm
in
sure
the
they'll be looking to
next
adjust
end
as
of the
quickly as
match.
possible. And you can see the flags and the windsocks there. The wind is picking up and down every so often, but it does blow relatively strongly across this field.
So Scotland have the lead. England be beginning the second set as well for us. They have 80 seconds to shoot their 4 arrows.
Nine.
Getting there. 9.
Looked like a better shot from that.
Eight.
Still out to the left a little bit there. One thing we should point out is all these archers are very experienced archers. They all shoot the circuit. They're all familiar with shooting head-to-heads and stuff. But this mixed pair format is a relatively rare event. It's out to the left there. So the wind's dropped a little bit, and it's obviously throwing the sights slightly out. But yeah, this mixed pair event, not many archers have shot it before, so it is very different, and it can throw you a little bit trying to get the timings right.
Certainly putting together some pairs that haven't maybe shot together before that often. It's definitely needing after qualification to get to know your partner quite quickly and understand what they need and what they want. It looks like Beth is in and around this same area, so yeah, with the wind dropping, sight marks moved a bit, potentially.
7.
And you can see certainly from all the caps that are being worn, looking into the sun in the morning and this orientation of the field is a bit more disruptive to the sight and to being able to see your sight. Having shot it yesterday morning, certainly early in the morning, the sun is in your eyes basically. So it's quite difficult if you don't have a cap at just the right angle or a bucket hat that you can adjust. You can see it's just on the cusp of his eyes there in Kevin.
9.
Quick shot. Solid 9.
They're very consistent, the Scotland team. Don't think have they been outside the yellow yet?
Not yet, I don't think. Nice and quick. Straight in.
Spider killer.
So unofficially after that.
Another great end there from Scotland, just dropping 3 points, and it's extend their lead by another 5 points to 13 now. Lovely shot by Ben. So as England is still trailing, they'll be kicking us off again in this next end.
By our target team.
So we've got 13 points the difference. England have a bit of work to do, but yeah, compound matches can be tight. It's quite a significant gap, but there's always chances in head-to-heads. And with the wind picking up and down, there's potential for sight marks to move and people needing to adjust. So let's see what England can do.
9.
Clipping the top of the 9 there.
You can see from the flags in the background there, it is quite gusty, and it's definitely swirling as well. It's coming from left to right, but then it's also swirling to come straight at your head as well.
9.
Another good 9. England are starting to settle in a bit. Wind is still causing a bit of issues though.
Nine.
And Kevin's particularly quick shot in general for a compound, maybe helping him out in this wind.
Eight.
I think it's the first time Scotland's been outside the yellow. It's an 8 there. Beth shot particularly well in the first two ends.
Yeah, shakes her head if she comes off the line. Hoping to rectify that in the next one. Let's see what Nat can do. Nice.
10.
Lovely.
In the middle. She's there.
Nice strong shot.
I'm sure Duncan will want to follow her up in there.
Nine.
Four good arrows from England there. 37 out of 40.
Nine.
Nice. Kevin's been very consistent during this match.
So there's 2 points in it with 1 hour to go, so whatever Beth puts on top of this will be the gap.
10.
Oh, solid.
Nice recovery from the 8.
Yeah.
Keeps the England gained a point back there, but it keeps the gap at 12 with 4 arrows remaining.
Feel free to ignore any background noises you're hearing. The staff are clearly having a good time.
We did say it was a relaxed shoot. It's been some solid shooting from the Scotland team. They've looked very comfortable since the off.
Yeah, they certainly come out. They must have done some practice this morning. Sorted their sight marks out for today. And yeah, just comfortable in that finals field. It's obviously a different field to everyone who's shot so far this weekend. Everyone's been shooting on the main field, and this is the first day that we're shooting on this finals field that's been set out. So yeah, just getting acclimatised, and clearly, yeah, Scotland so far in this match have stepped in and are relatively comfortable. But yeah, 4 hours to go, so still work to do for both teams.
Nine.
9 out from that.
Eight, 9 liner.
Just clip the line there. I'd say it was a 9. Still just hanging out left a little bit, England.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to ask Duncan what his views on the arrows and what's working or not working for him at the moment after the match. But he's been a few times on that left-hand side.
Not quite a 10, I don't think there. I think it's a 9 there from Kevin. Kevin shooting quickly. He's given Beth plenty of time to settle in and relax in her shot, and she's been producing some excellent arrows because of it.
Yeah, it's perhaps something they've discussed, that if Kevin is just generally a quick shot, or he's particularly picking up his pace to give Beth a bit more time. There's lots of these conversations that need to happen between the pairs.
Yeah, it's the difference between the individuals and the mixed teams, and the teams and stuff is that some strategy and tactics does take place. A bit high from that there. It's gone up into the 7, I think.
Last arrow from Duncan. On the other side, 8. Inner 8.
So Scotland just need 2 points from these last 2 hours to take the bronze medal.
So anything on this scoring face will do the job for Scotland. And there we are.
He slipped into the 8 with his last arrow.
Yeah, I think so. Bev has time, and yeah,
it's still enough. It's all profit and fun from here on in for Beth.
And she's there.
Oh, lovely. Right in the X. She shot very well this match.
So unofficially, it looks like the
Very
team
impressive
from
pairing from Scotland.
won the match with 148.
So I think that's a victory in this bronze medal match to Scotland of 148 to 131. Great shooting by the Scottish team. I think a lot of the damage was done from England's point of view during that first end, and they struggled to make up the difference after that.
And there we have it, the judge confirmation that target 2 has won the match. So the bronze medal goes to the team from Scotland.
So now coming up, we've got the gold final in the compound mixed team. In this match will be the Wales red team, which is made up of Victoria Flanagan and Callum Platt. And the England blue team of Jenny Bryant and Simon Scott. The Wales red team beat the Scotland B team 146 to 143 in the quarterfinals, and then went on to beat the England yellow team 148 to 142. And the England blue team had a bye in the quarterfinals and then beat Scotland A, who just won the bronze medal match 153 to 147 in the semi-finals. The Wales red team actually only seeded 4th, so to make it to the gold medal match has worked out exceptionally well for them. The England blue team was seeded 2nd, so they probably should feature as favourites coming into this match. But given the way the wind is and head-to-heads, anything can happen. So we'll see how this goes.
England blue to get us underway.
England's going to kick us off in this match. They're on target number 2. Several of the nations. This is for the home nations of. Any European country that's in the Commonwealth effectively is entitled to attend this, but obviously the year's been a bit funny, so several nations like Guernsey and Jersey and maybe Malta and Gibraltar and Cyprus and stuff have opted not to attend this year. So several of the nations like England, Scotland and Wales have, if possible, have entered more than one team as such. So obviously you had the England yellow team in the bronze medal match, but you've got the England blue team that they've nominated themselves in this match. And Jenny's kicked us off with a 9 there.
Again, wind starts to swirl again, but it looks like Jenny's sorted the side mark already, matching her practice.
Nine.
Couple of good opening shots. You'll notice the England team have opted to shoot one arrow in each target. There is no particular rules in regards to what orders you shoot the arrows, as long as at the end of the 4 arrows there's 2 arrows in each target.
9.
So England Blue have obviously opted that they'll shoot, they'll alternate which target they're shooting into, rather than shooting 2 arrows in one target and then switching to shoot 2 arrows in the other target.
9.
And the Wales team have also opted for that strategy as well, apparently.
We're all still tied after 2 arrows.
4 solid open arrows from both teams. There's also no rules in particularly what order the teams come in. You'll notice that Simon's shooting first this time round, where he shot second the other time round.
8.
Drifted out into the 8 that time.
Jenny keeps it in there with a 9. So 35 in total.
Looks
like we're following each other. We've got an 8 in the 3rd arrow. And a 10 will keep a point lead.
Had to fight the wind a little bit there, but he's kept it in the 9. So it's all square here after the first set of arrows. Carries on like this, we could be in for a very interesting match indeed.
Those scores have been confirmed by our target team, 35 points each, which means the blue team on target number 2 will be shooting first again in the next end of this match.
That's confirmed scoring as well, 35 all. We stick with England first.
Eight, 9 lineup.
Bit of a line cutter there. Might be a judge's opinion on that one.
Nine.
Simon out to the left-hand side of that. Keeping it in the 9 though. Lovely. Lovely Victoria, straight in the 10. First one of the match.
Yeah, and another relatively quick shot, so perhaps being speedy on the line may be helping in this wind.
Nine.
Had to save that one. Lifted it into the 9, I think.
Shot well during qualifying, Callum, but it looks like he's having to fight a little bit during this match against the wind to try and hold them in the middle. But they've all been reasonably decent arrows.
See what Simon can do.
10.
Yeah, he's adjusted, edging a 10 now.
Still the same place there from Jenny. I don't think she's quite caught the line on that one. I think that one is an 8.
Currently a default 2-point lead, but anything less than a 10 will drop that off. See if we can follow up his first arrow.
Down to the 8 there. So we're theoretically still tied at the end of the second end, but England Blue did have 2 arrows marked as starred, so we'll see if either of them get upgraded by the judge.
Currently everything's tied at 70 points each, but that could go 1 or 2 points higher.
Still a tight match, however this works out. Victoria's looked the more comfortable out of the pair of the Wales archers looking at the replay in terms of how she's executed her shot. But Callum's still been putting them fairly good on the target.
Confirmed by our target judge team, and England taking a 1-point lead.
So only one of them 2 arrows was upgraded by the judges to give England a 1-point lead after the second end. So it'll be Wales to shoot first this time.
Halfway through, and England do have that 1-point lead. Wales now going first.
9.
Lovely. Wind just feels like it's picked back up again a bit last minute or so. Long hold from Callum here.
He's worked it in there.
Worth it.
Good start from Wales.
Nine.
Close from Jenny. A 10 needed from Simon to keep that 1-point lead.
9.
Back to all square.
Slip that out into the 8. Looked like a nice strong shot.
Comes in a few battling arrows, but the last one went well.
That one went
very quick.
Very quick in comparison to the last one, but the result's the same.
Simon choosing to shoot relatively quickly, potentially, but a solid 9, putting a little bit of pressure on. Let's see what Jenny can do.
good shooting kind of all around there, but Wales winning that one by a point, which means that going into the last end, we're going to be all squared in 107. So we've lined this up lovely.
It all comes down to 4 arrows for the teams.
So as we square things back up again, England will shoot first. See if they can put any pressure on the Welsh team. Couple of good arrows out the door. As you can hear, things are starting to get a little bit raucous on this end.
Certainly in the semi-finals, the Welsh contingent were extremely vocal, and I'm sure they will be this end. But I think if the teams had a choice as to who would shoot first, they would want to go first potentially. Just to potentially have the opportunity to apply a bit of pressure on their first arrows. So England to go first. We'll see see what they can do.
Nice 9 there from Ginny.
Simon stepped up.
Straight in the X. Here we go then.
Giving a fist pump on his way back as well.
I think it's safe to say everybody, including the archers, is getting quite excited now. Looks like it's just slipped a little bit high into the 8 there.
A bit of an onus on Callum to get in the gold at least. To keep competitive here.
Slipped down to the 8 as well, unfortunately.
A bit of a job for Wales now. England still have 2 arrows, so the wind is picking up and down. Just settled just now.
9.
Simon shot fairly consistently during this match.
Last arrow for Ginny.
Oh, brilliant arrow to finish. And I think that's all wrapped up no matter what Wales do here now. Great last end from England. 38 out of 40.
X10.
Nice X. Well, unfortunately, it's come a little bit too late from that point of view. Callum just to wrap things up here for us.
Both last arrows from the Welsh team.
Big finish on both behalf. So, look, I'd say England have taken the win by 2 points there. Wales, after starting strongly, England fought back, particularly at the end there, to take a great win. But I think Wales, only being seeded 4th in qualification, still got to be happy to have come through and have won the silver medal in that match.
And England blue.
You really see it coming down to really just two arrows, 1 arrow each from each of the archers. Really, the first 2 from that last set, we were all square. And yeah, when you whittle down a match in qualification all the way down to 2 arrows, it's fine margins.
It's kind of shown the level these archers are shooting at, that just slipping a couple of arrows just into the red alone is the difference kind of between winning and losing.
That's been confirmed. Target 2 winning the match, 145 points to 143.
we got a break now? Have we got a short break? Thank you. Quick toilet break.
Ladies and gentlemen, owing to the fact we're running slightly ahead of schedule, we'll have a short 5-minute hold before the compound men's team bronze medal match.
No, we leave it where it is. It's one of those rains and touch it, it'll fall over. We've got to move it in a bit anyhow. Alright. It's almost a waste of sharpies, if you know. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. Sometimes I might hit it before, you know, they've got one foot in there. And the other one is if I get time of them. What is this system? Right? What is this system? It's a pyramid system. It suits the best one of the lot that I use.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute until the start of the compound men's team bronze medal match.
Oh, did you? Oh, I think it's just going to be interesting.
Okay, please welcome the judge and coaches for this bronze medal compound men team match.
So here we have the bronze medal match for the men's compound team. This is actually a Wales double header. They've got the Wales green versus the Wales red teams. In the Wales green team, you have Steve Edwards, Jonathan Mayer, and Colin Williams, and in the Wales red team is Rhys Harper, Paul Binder, and Callum Platt. They actually seeded 3rd and 4th during the qualification, so this should be a tight affair.
Target number 1, the team representing
Wales green beat Scotland
Steve
A
Edwards
in the quarterfinals by 207 to 206, and then lost to the England yellow team 233 to 216, and the Wales red team beat the Isle of Man 227 to 222 in the quarters, and then lost to the England blue team 229 to 225.
And Callum Platt.
So it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out.
It'll be interesting to see how Callum does, seeing as he's already shot on the finals field.
In the first end of this all-Wales affair for the bronze medal.
See if he's passed his knowledge on to his teammates.
Definitely.
So slightly different from the mixed pairs. Instead of shooting 4 arrows, they're shooting 6 arrows. Instead of getting 80 seconds, they'll get 120 seconds. But other than that, the principles remain basically the same. It's cumulative scoring for the compound team still. So whoever has the most points after all the arrows are done will win. There's the Wales red team that will kick us off.
Yeah, I think the winds get into them again. Consistently right, but somehow the arrows are going left.
Nine.
See, it's still to the left. It feels like the wind's dropped here again since the last match.
Yeah.
Could be fooling people a little bit because they would have expected the arrows maybe to go right, and if it's dropped and they're pulling to the left a little bit.
Yeah. That was a strong shot, and it definitely performed well.
Callum still dialed in from the last match, clearly.
Left again.
Out to the left again. So this is a similar format to the mixed pairs. 6 arrows to be shot, and it doesn't particularly matter how many arrows. It doesn't all have to be shot 3 arrows in one and 3 arrows in the other. As long as there's 3 arrows in each target by the end of the set, then it's
Nice
fine.
shot there.
Nice strong shot on the 10.
Unlucky with the wind, I think, there.
So they've all looked like fairly strong shots, but I think it's the wind's causing some issues.
Especially with the time, you have 240 seconds to shoot them, and then when the wind picks up, you try and have a longer shot.
9.
But that can sometimes mess up the rest of the team.
It works out roughly that everybody gets about 20 seconds an arrow.
Yeah.
But that includes getting on and off the line and knocking your arrows as well. So that eats into that time quite efficiently.
8.
Slipped up to the 8 on that one.
Yeah, the wind's changing direction if you look at the flags. Now it's blown to the left.
10.
Nice.
It doesn't matter to Callum.
He's had warm up in the previous match. Keeping the team's score ticking along nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Clean in the X.
He'll be happy about that.
There's a lot to settle the nerves getting a couple of 10s.
Especially when you're new to the finals field as well.
Yeah, as we were saying in some of the previous matches, a lot of the teams don't get a chance to shoot in this sort of format very often. This will be the first time a lot of these guys have kind of shot together, or even shot a team's final together. Particularly talking about like England and Wales and stuff, people living at different ends of the country, they don't necessarily get together very often, and then they certainly don't shoot pressured head-to-heads as a team very often. So this is kind of a new experience for a lot of people. Just learning the times and stuff. You only had a couple of seconds. It's all about trying to get your timings right. You only had a couple of seconds there to get that arrow off, and he did very well to just get an 8 out of it. So there is a lot of tactics and strategy in trying to get your timings right.
Yeah, most definitely. I think he'll be happy with at least getting the arrow off rather than missing completely.
Yeah, not shooting the arrow results in a miss. So to 53 to 54, it's still a fairly tight affair after the first 6 arrows.
Definitely interesting. Could go either way at this point.
I mean, particularly during your match, Jenny, it kind of came down to that last end, and unfortunately Wales just shot a couple of 8s with their first 2 arrows, did them kind of out of it.
Yeah, you kind of have to have your fingers crossed, just that they get unlucky on that last end, because they're both really strong shooters, and it's just sometimes the wind can go in your favour or against you, and luckily for us, it was in our favour in that last end. Yeah, some really strong shots coming from the men in this match.
It's been some great quality of archery this weekend in general. I mean, 5 out of the 6 Olympians that went to Tokyo just last month have attended, so it kind of gives you perspective generally of what the quality of archery attending this weekend is. And a lot of the guys actually that are shooting here will be here again next weekend for the national tour finals as well, so it's actually quite good practice.
Yeah, there's quite a few coming back for the national tour finals.
So it's quite good practice for them to get down to Lilleshall and actually get some arrows in down here as well, in preparation for that.
And especially it's good for the other archers to be able to compete and experience that high level that they'll be putting forward.
Definitely. I think it's been quite good that they've let countries enter multiple teams. It's made the event, obviously made the event bigger, and it's given more people an opportunity to shoot at this sort of level and represent their country, which you wouldn't necessarily get otherwise.
Yeah, you get to see a lot more faces when they do that.
Yeah. So Wales green actually got an arrow upgraded during that end to make it actually all square on 54 after the first end. So Wales red will continue first.
That looked like a strong shot from him.
Wind's just picked up from left to right again, so it's possibly just dragged him across there a little bit.
Yeah.
I know we keep going on about it, but the wind is such a factor here today. A lot of these guys could shoot just in the middle pretty consistently all day if there was no wind, so it kind of is coming down to holding your nerves, lovely in the 10. Holding your nerves and just competing with the wind, which seems to be having quite an effect on the arrows in general all weekend. See if Callum can follow up from his 210s in the previous end.
9.
Might have just slipped out. Might be commentator's curse there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Callum. That was my fault. I'll take the blame for that.
He didn't look too pleased with the shot when he came off the line. Again, the teams are looking so strong. In the wind, they're looking confident. It's just up to the wind where it wants to put the arrows.
Particularly with the compound bows and stuff, they're fairly solid in bows, so they can almost feel like lovely 10. Feel a little bit like a sail in the wind if you're caught at the wrong angle, so it can be trying to hold them steady as well, given the size of the targets in comparison.
Definitely.
Looks like he's nicked it.
I'd say that's him.
I'd say that was a 9 as well, so I think Wales Red have just nicked a 1-point lead, that being the case at the halfway of this set. So it's still a fairly tight affair.
See if they keep the pressure on or if the other team can catch up.
Oh,
beautiful.
Straight in the X, lovely. Wales Red just look like they're starting to find the rhythm a little bit here.
This field seems to be infested with wasps. They're everywhere. My match, I had one right next to my face.
They have been adding to the interesting affairs of the weekend.
Most definitely.
Oh, that's a beautiful last 3 arrows from Wales Red.
Strong shooting. 58 in this conditions. Crikey.
And only one of them 9s is only just outside the 10 as well.
Definitely.
It's a great group.
9.
Come on, guys, let's have it. Good shots.
And the 9, they're keeping it fairly consistent at the 9, but after the 10s from the other team, it's it's just opened up a couple of points gap, which could be difficult to cover back, but
See how he does in a short time.
yeah, he's running out of time again.
8.
Slipped it down to the 8 again. So it provisionally opens up a 6-point difference, but I reckon that 8 is actually a 9, so it's only a 5-point difference after the 2 ends. Well, it seems a lot. A couple of, given the way the wind is and how everything's going, a couple of 8s from the other team next end could actually swing it back again.
That's the beauty with the compound matches, is that even if you lose one end, you can still catch up the points in the next. Whereas with your recurve and your barebow, if you lose an end, then you've lost that end, and it's first to like 5 points, I think.
Yeah, it is for the team matches. Are you in the ladies' team match later?
No, the way that they worked it to make it fair for everyone is that when we entered four people in each team. And so one shot the mixed team and the other 3 shot the team.
Yeah.
So that everyone had a go, which I think is really good.
That's a fair way of doing it, isn't it? It gives everybody opportunity to get an extra bit of shooting in this weekend.
Yeah. I think they're shooting in one of the matches. I'm not sure whether it's bronze or gold, but they're a really strong team anyway.
Wales green with 107 and Wales red with 112. So the team on target 1.
So that arrow did get upgraded, so it is only a 5-point difference. So Wales green will start as they're trailing in this end.
It's always hard shooting against your friends in your same country, because you want them to do well, but at the same time you just want to beat them so bad.
Well, the Wales supporters have been fairly boisterous all weekend, so I think they're fairly torn on who they should be shouting anybody on. But
yeah, they seem to have died down now compared to the other matches.
At least they're guaranteed a medal.
Yeah, that's the bonus. That wind's looking nasty again.
You can see from the sock hanging halfway down the range, it's practically vertical there. Horizontal, vertical. Got myself right into it there. Nice, 9.
9.
He always looks strong when he's shooting.
Yeah, the Wales green team, they've always looked like they've been putting out great shots. Unfortunately, just some of them have slipped out into the 8.
Spit near my face again.
Who knew commentating was so dangerous? Oh, lovely.
Nice shot.
I know Jonathan's been feeling good about how he's been shooting this year. He'll be happy to continue that this weekend.
It's definitely shown in this match. And again. I don't know if you can hear the wasp, but it's right next to my face.
Oh, he's just slipped that air into the blue, unfortunately. Didn't look like that bad a shot, so don't know whether maybe he was just aiming in the wrong place when it went off, or the wind's caught him or something.
Yeah. The green team's definitely shot on time by the end.
Oh,
9.
Reese has shot well this match consistently. I don't think he's had anything outside the yellow as far as I can remember.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he had 2 10s last end.
But it's the same as the other team. Many of them can put a 5 or a miss or something like that to bring the score back down.
9.
Not on that arrow though.
I mean, this red team shot exceptionally well. Only one, I think it's maybe only one that they've put outside the yellow. Callum.
He didn't look like he liked that shot, but it went in the right place.
He's not looked too settled. All these head-to-heads, to be fair, he didn't look particularly settled during your mixed pair matches either, but he was putting in some great arrows.
Yeah. Sometimes the stronger the archer, the stronger the arrow. Definitely in your head as well.
9.
I think it's back to fighting with the wind as well. He might be getting caught by the wind, so he's trying to throw himself around to drag it back into the middle, and seems to be working for him.
Yeah. Fantastic shot.
Lovely in the X as well.
He's been doing superb this match.
Mm.
Shot on time again. Oh, it's nervous watching.
Right away. Out with the 8. He's been a bit left all match. This is part of the fun of the team events. It's trying to get your timings right, and with the wind being the way it is, you'd kind of like to hold on maybe for a second or two longer to get settled and get your aiming right, but you might not necessarily have that time further into the match. Your last man sometimes can suffer the consequences. Lovely.
9-10 liner.
Getting some good arrows in from this team.
They've all shot particularly well all the way through. All the way through the various head-to-heads. It's 10 as well. Didn't look necessarily particularly happy with it, but it's working for him, whatever it is.
So potentially it's a 159 to a 168.
It's at least a 9-point lead going into the last end, but it could possibly be 10, depending whether that arrow gets upgraded.
Of the Welsh red team.
Replays of Reese. He shot very well this match.
Yeah, it was a proper grunt from him. It's going to be hard to pick those points back up from the green team, but it still is anyone's match.
Only takes one dodgy arrow and suddenly it's game on again. So given the difference, the green team will be going first in this last end.
It looks like they're all chatting to each other across the team.
Scores confirmed by the target team.
You don't normally see that on a
Welsh
finals
red
field.
team leading 168 to 159.
It's not archery unless there's a bit of
Wales
banter.
on target number 1 will be shooting first in the next end of this match.
I think it's been a very friendly event this weekend in general, even if you consider it to be a big international event. I think everybody's had good fun, everybody's been having a good laugh with each other in various ways. Wales supporters have finally arrived at the last end.
They're chirping up again. Let's see how they do under the pressure.
He shot some lovely strong shots this match.
That's just what they need.
Oh,
Nice.
drilled it. Lovely. Do the follow-up with another one of them just to keep some sort of pressure on the other side. Let them know they're not quite done just yet.
Still got some fight left in them.
Holding a long time. Oh, he's nicked the 10 though. Lovely,
Nice.
worth it. Unfortunately, he's eaten into his time at the end of the next 3 arrows, so they're going to have to shoot the next arrows fairly quickly because they're not going to. They've already used up more than half their time.
Let's see how the next team do, considering that they just shot 3 10s.
9.
Still not a bad shot. They're still in front, so.
Just need to keep it consistent from Wales Red's point of view. See it out. It's holding your nerves now more than everything. Didn't look too happy with that, and it has slipped out into the 7. Wind has picked up a chunk again here now, though. Put that into the 9 as well. Suddenly the difference is only 4 points. So another three solid arrows here from the green team, and it's going to put real pressure on the red team because they can't afford to slip another 7 or something again.
It's going to be a struggle in this wind.
9.
Get the arrows off in the time.
It's going to be the time, and it's going to be the question for the green team here now. Oh, he shot that very quickly.
9-10 lineup.
I don't think he's got that. I think it's only a 9.
Yeah, I think that was just slipped out.
But his quick shooting has given his teammate a tad more time than he thought he was going to have. So he's got 10 seconds now at full draw to have a go at this. Oh, he slipped it out. I think that could be marked down as a 7.
Yeah.
I think it could be an 8 from our point of view, but it's on a funny angle. It's got it at a funny angle, which kind of gives you the impression of how much the wind's actually catching these arrows at times.
9.
9.
So they just need to keep it in the gold now.
Paul will be annoyed with that 7 last arrow. He's been shooting well last couple of days.
7.
Stopped another. Very unlike him. So you see on your screen, 7 to win is Callum. He's been shooting very well, but plenty of time to shoot it in. Straight in the 10.
That's how you finish a match.
Nice strong finish. So Wales Red take the bronze medal match by 2:19 to 2:14. That was a good match, that.
It got close towards the end.
Yeah.
Just shows how it can be anyone's match. Even if you start bad, you can still climb your way back up. Definitely some strong shooting from both teams today.
Has looked good.
And that's confirmed the Wales Red team winning the match and taking the bronze medal in the compound team event. Okay, please welcome to the field of play the judge and coaches for the compound men's team gold medal match.
So after a Wales doubleheader in the bronze match, we've actually got England doubleheader in the gold match. So in the England yellow team, we've got, oh, it says bronze on the screen. I can assure you it's not.
And now, please welcome
Not unless I've been told something different.
No, I definitely think it is
I think
the
we've done the
gold
bronze
one.
already.
compound men's team match.
No, they haven't updated the bits at the bottom. It still says Wales, unless they've had a quick change. It is the gold. We promise you, it is the gold medal match between the England yellow team and the England blue team. In the England yellow team, we've got Adam Carpenter, James Mason, and Adam Ravencroft. So a top quality squad put together there. And in the England blue team, we've got James Beckett, Andrew Brooks, and Carl Richards. These chaps have shot very well all weekend, unsurprisingly. The England yellow team had a bye during the quarterfinals and then beat Wales green by 233 to 216 in the semi-finals. And the England blue team had a bye in the quarterfinals and then beat the Wales red team 229 to 225. Hoping this will be a tight affair. It'll make good watching. We'll see how it goes.
Adam Ravenscroft.
I know the England yellow team is a highly experienced team in terms of international events, both as England and as GB. So they've potentially got the advantage, and these guys have shot together before and maybe know each other's style and timings better than the blue team does. So it'll be interesting to see whether that has any effect with the timings.
Yeah, Adam, James, and I know him by Ravenscroft. I forgot his first name.
It's Adam James, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Ironically, that's what's caused the confusion. Is there's two Adams.
I was sat there like, there we go. The screen's updated. They're shooting in Yankton in a couple of weeks in the World Cup, so this is good practice for them to see how they shoot together.
That just proves the quality of the squad England's put together, that their England country squad is also going to be representing GB in the same format. As we were saying earlier, kind of puts into the context the quality of the archers that have been attending this event this weekend.
There we go. That's a good first arrow. They're clearly not fazed by the other team's experience.
There's an experienced squad in its own right as well. There's some well-shot archers as such in that team as well. Slipped down to the 8 there, unfortunately. A lot of these guys have shot together in some various way or form. Just the team format might be a little bit more alien to the England blue team in comparison to the England yellow team.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice one. See how the yellow team puts in a score against that.
Holding on a long time there.
8.
Don't think it's quite nicked the line. So we're seeing arrows go out to the left-hand side again. And it seems to be a fairly consistent theme all morning.
See how Adam does.
Which Adam?
This Ravenscroft. I haven't lived that down now.
9.
There we go.
So blue team getting the better of the yellow team to begin with. A couple of them shots from the yellow team didn't necessarily look particularly the happiest. So we'll see if they settle into it going forward. There's been some clicking of the sights going on.
Nice.
Straight in the eyes. Andy shot excellent in qualifying yesterday. I think he was actually disappointed with his score, but it was still ranked him very high individually.
It's always the case with the compound archers. It's never good enough.
Oh, lovely. It's the funny joke with archers, isn't it? There's always something to be upset about. It's very often, not very often you meet one that's perfectly happy with how the day's gone.
See if we can put another 10 in.
Oh, lovely. That's a cracking end.
58 with an 8.
Great. It's good pressure on the other team. They're going to have to try and pull themselves together here after the first 3 arrows and try and get back into this match a bit. They've switched the order around, I've noticed.
Yeah. That was a strong shot.
Lovely. Resulted in a 10.
Definitely an angry arrow. I think in the wind, that's what you've got to do. You've just got to be really strong and confident that it's going to go in the 10. Let's see how James follows up from his 8.
He's got 10 seconds left on the clock. He held on for a long time during the last arrow, but expecting to get off in good time.
9.
Not bad, still a bit there.
So gives the blue team a nice 4-point cushion after the first end.
The blue team leading by 4 points at this stage in the match, 58 to
The
54.
yellow team just look like they're struggling to settle into that. The blue team seem to have got off the mark quite comfortably, other than that stray 8. 5 10s is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's harder to keep the level that you're is expected of them, so that's what they might be facing at the moment, knowing that they're such a high level team. They've got a lot of pressure on them to perform well, but I'm sure they'll get out of that. Still anyone's game.
Mm-hmm.
They're still all smiling, that's a good sign.
There'll be no doubt be some comments go back and forth across the line, shall we say, to each other.
Yeah. Good job there's no microphones down there.
Well, we hope there isn't anyway.
Oh yeah.
Will be shooting first in the next end of this match.
The judges are good. They always play a huge part in team matches. They've always got a smile on their face. Most of them anyway. Making sure everyone's feet are behind the line when they need to be, no foot faults, giving red cards, yellow cards.
So as the yellow team's trailing, they'll be going first this time. James kicking off again. It's obviously a tactic they have to switch their shoot the first 3 and second 3 in different orders.
Yeah. In the finals field, you have to. There you go. That's a bit better.
But I still don't think he's quite nicked the 10, but he's closer to the mark.
Yeah. You have to shoot 1 arrow on, 1 arrow off in that format, and I think in the normal matches yesterday, they must have shot with different formats, so you can shoot 2 arrows. There's a good arrow there. So you could shoot 2 arrows at a time, but on the finals field, you have to do it in a certain way.
Looks like he snatched that a bit, trying to fight against it.
Yeah, trying to pull it back as well.
Looks like it's been marked as an 8, but we'll see what the judge has to say about it. Lovely. 10. I think he's nicked that.
Yeah. With the sun in his eyes as well.
You notice a lot of the archers will wear hats as such, particularly in the compound field, to try and keep the sun out of their eyes, but it's all personal preference, really.
Hey.
I don't think I'll be happy with that one.
We're getting a little bit invested in this commentary box, aren't we? All the oohs and ahs.
I know, the crowd isn't going wild anymore, are they?
Lovely. He shot well the previous end as well.
Consistency is always the key. Whether you shoot good or bad, as long as you consistently do one or the other. That was a strong shot.
Straight in the X, lovely.
He's coping well in this wind. I wasn't. There we go.
I mean, likes of Adams Ravencroft and James Mason, they've been shooting on the circuit for a long time now. Such Adam Carpenter, he's very young. He's
Yeah.
kind of the next generation.
He's still a junior, shooting in the youth categories.
So to be shooting at this level already, oh, that's a lovely group of 3 hours.
There we go. Brought it back.
To be shooting this level is very good, but he's kind of the next generation of archer. Kind of seems bizarre. He's been around the circuit for a long time.
Yeah. There's
Lovely.
a good shot again.
And he hasn't looked particularly happy with any of his arrows, but they all seem to be going in the middle.
They're doing something right.
Wish I could do that more often.
9.
Threw his hand up there a bit.
I think he just saved it.
Mm.
Say you shouldn't be pushing your arm the way you need it to go if you've aimed low or anything, but when you're shooting on the field, sometimes it saves you.
Lovely.
There we go.
Some great quality shooting going on. Necessarily aren't that far away. It's still a different part of the field, and it can produce some issues when you're getting your first few arrows off, just to try and make sure they are get them dialed in.
Yeah, especially because there's a backdrop at the back as well. I don't know whether that would affect the arrows for a head-on wind or anything like that.
It is swirling around a bit.
Yeah, a lot of people have said it's like a crosswind in the middle. So the flag could be blown one way at the end, and in the middle of the field it could be blown the other way.
I mean, the advantage they've got here on this finals field is obviously there's arrow socks all the way up both sides of the range. Usually you've only got the flag on top of the target to give you a rough gauge of what the wind's like. And you talk about a 50-metre target, there could be a gap at 30 metres that's caused a big crosswind. You can't tell it's there.
No.
As the yellow team's still trailing, they'll get us underway in this third end. They could do with carrying on like they do at the end of the second end to try and see if they can close this gap back up again.
James always looks strong when he's shooting. There we go.
Lovely, that's 10. I think
Yeah.
he struggled a little bit during the first couple of ends to get himself kind of settled in, but he'll be happy to have finally found the 10 ring. It's very unlike him to take as long as he has.
There you go, another aggressive shot.
Looks like he's nicked the 10 on that as well.
I'd be happy with that.
Hey.
Ouch.
A little bit low again. He's obviously struggling to keep the sight ring up.
Yeah, the angles of the arrows are really just speaking to us how it's going down there.
They are kind of a little bit like sails, these compound bows in this wind. Catches you at the wrong angle.
There we go.
Lovely.
Sharing it with his boss.
Nine.
No, it's still out to the left from Ravenscroft there. Slipping to the left a little bit there, 2-9. This has kind of opened the opportunity for yellow to have team to have clawed some points back in this end. Yeah, it's kind of that funny one. The Olympics has been on. You watch all the sports, wherever, and they do something on like the gymnastics or something. You go, "Oh, it's rubbish." And it's like me sitting here on the sofa with my packet of crisps. Obviously, an expert gymnast.
Yeah, Yeah, everything seems so easy when you're watching them, but when you get out there, it's a completely different thing.
So the yellow team did well on that end. They've clawed back 3 of the 4 points, so it's only 1 point lead for the blue team in this final end. That was probably the worst end for the blue team as well, slipping a few more out into the 9 than they have done the last couple of ends.
Be interesting to see whether the pressure that's been put on them is going to make them perform better or make the nerves get to them.
That's where might be where the experience of the yellow team shows through, but we'll see how the blue team do. It'll still be the yellow team to go first, so they'll have the chance to apply a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
So 1 point lead, all down to 6
Okay,
arrows
that's
now.
what's been
There we go.
confirmed by our target team, and the
Really
blue
need some
team
cheers
now
from
are
the
the
England team
yellow team
right
by
about
1
now,
point.
but
So
looks
the
like we've got more
yellow
Scotland
team
in
on
this
target
crowd
one
than
is
England.
first in this end of the match.
I think a lot of the English team are obviously competing in various matches later on, and they're down in the practice range getting some arrows in for later on themselves.
Yeah, they are. England's performed really well this week.
Oh, lovely.
There we go, nice and easy for James there.
Looked like a solid shot.
Adam always looks cool when he's shooting. Calm and relaxed.
Didn't look so happy with that fall through though.
No.
I think he's nicked the 9 line, just a little bit high. But he has looked strong with his shots on the match.
Nine.
9 as well. So good 3 open arrows really, but does still have the opportunity for the blue team to put a couple of points gap if they can shoot 3 solar arrows.
Oh, didn't look happy with that one at all. Was a quick shot from him.
Good, nice.
Need another 10 to keep it even and keep that 1 point lead.
Slipped down to the 8. So after 3 hours, we've actually had a 1 point swing. The other team with a 1 point lead here now with the 3 hours left to go.
See if they can put in that really good group of 10s that they had earlier. I think the wind's a bit more inconsistent now compared to the other matches.
9. Lineup.
I think he's managed to snatch the 10. He didn't look too happy with it. There was a lot of bow movement going on, but he'll be happy enough with the result that's come out of it.
Yeah.
Last arrow of the yellow team.
There
Lovely.
we go.
Looked solid shot. Straight in the 10. So 3 10s needed from the blue team to win. Now, actually, to be honest, looking at the scores.
We knew it was going to be a close match, but we didn't think this close.
9.
Slipped down to the 9.
2 10s needed for a draw.
Talk about trying to hold your nerves. I'm nervous watching.
10.
Oh, there's one of them. Here we go then, Carl.
Let's see what he can do.
He was shooting some lovely groups yesterday in qualifying.
That's it. That was a nice deep breath from Carl. Just to calm the nerves a little bit.
Plenty of time. Oh,
Nice.
here we go then. This is what we all turned up for. Got ourselves.
So, pending the confirmation
Oh,
of
there,
the arrow
there is
value
that
target
starred
target,
arrow.
we have
So
one
we'll have
arrow
to see what
value
that turns
that's
out
down
as.
for the yellow
yeah.
team.
Forgot about that.
Looks like it's a shoot-off at
Yeah, I'd say it is the
224
shoot-off.
points each, but as always,
We'll see what
we'll
that
wait
judge's
for the
confirmation
arrow.
is and see how that ends up before we start chatting about what the shoot-off is and how it's going to work.
This is always what you want to see on a finals field. You want to see this level and the build-up of nerves and excitement come in. Definitely more experience for the yellow team coming in though. Ready for them flying away.
Judges in, just keep by the looks of it. He's having to look at several of them just to make sure.
I'll have confirmation in a second. Oh, it's been upgraded up.
Been upgraded up. 1 point win for the yellow team, that being the case. Good shooting all round. From being behind all match to come through and nick it by a point, I think the blue team will be a little bit annoyed that they've let it slip by. But great shooting all around, to be honest.
Good team spirit from both teams there.
Everybody giving each other hugs and kisses. Maybe not literally, but you know what I mean. Excellent. So, still gold, silver for the England team in some shape or capacity, but
Definitely a close match. Could have been anyone's game, but yellow team managed to scrape it back after that first bad end.
Please welcome the judge and coaches to the field of play for the compound women's team bronze medal match. And now please welcome the athletes to the field of play.
so now we've kicking off the women's compound team events, and actually we've got another doubleheader in the form of Scotland B versus Scotland A in this bronze medal match. Shooting in the Scotland B team is Pam Duncanson, Claudine Jennings and Kirsty Robb, and shooting in Scotland A is Victoria Barbie, Stephanie Clayson and Beth Martell. They've seeded third and fourth respectively during qualifying, so it's as correct as such in terms of the bronze medal match. Scotland B beat Wales Red in the quarterfinals by 195 to 192, and then lost to the England yellow team 230 to 211. And the Scotland A team had a bye during the quarterfinals and then beat the England blue team 227 to 224, so that was a close affair. Lost to the England blue team 227 to 234, so that was a close affair. So I know Beth's obviously shot in the mixed pairs bronze match for Scotland this morning already. Everybody else, obviously, it's the first time on the field. It is the Scotland. Is it Scotland B going to kick us off? Now it's the fun game of trying to work out which way around the teams
Scotland
are.
B.
Scotland B is going to kick us off.
They should have wore different tops or something.
Home and away tops. As you can probably hear, with the occasional sirens going off in the background, you can tell the Scotland teams turn up in some sort of support.
There you go, good shot to enter the competition.
Ooh, nervy. Tinge up in the 8 though. Settling the nerves in. It is a bit of a bizarre thing. Everybody here is obviously shot head to head in some shape or capacity, but look, mum on the telly sometimes can kick in with everybody watching. Just trying to keep yourself composed and just think about your shot. She's dropped down to the 6th there, unfortunately.
Especially when you're not used to the finals field, definitely the nerves will kick in. They're all looking very professional in their Scotland shirts, though.
10.
Well, straight in the 10. Story left the line before the arrow to reach the target. Beth shooting, coming off the back of her bronze medal win in the mixed pairs competition.
Nice.
She shot well in that as well, and she's obviously still dialed in for this match.
Always nice, strong shots coming from her.
Oh, that's
Nice.
a cracking 3 arrows to open up.
32 enter the match.
So, see if Scotland B can settle themselves in after the first 3.
9.
Kirsty always has a good shot routine. She always follows it.
That looks far more settled from her.
7.
Very close to the 8, isn't it?
Kirsty was actually very kind to shoot with myself in the mixed pairs event to be part of the Isle of Man, technically. We unfortunately didn't do very well on that either.
Yeah. So's law, isn't it? It's always a good environment, though, especially when you're able to conjoin teams.
Similar space to her first arrow there, don't know whether it's a slight mark or whether it's the wind. Yeah, it's been quite a friendly-natured competition. They've put teams together, as you saw from the Celtic Soul brothers in the Barebow mixed pairs earlier.
Yeah.
That wasn't quite so mixed as such.
Mixed countries.
Yeah.
10.
Oh, nice. Trying to get as many people as involved as such.
See if she can put another good 10 in.
I think it's just slipped into the 9, but it's in the right. It's in the right county.
Yeah, she shouldn't be too upset about that.
And that could be as much as the wind is as to, given how little it is out.
Yeah.
Nine.
Didn't look too happy with that, but it's still a high 9. But a 58 from their opening
Yeah.
opening scorecards, a really strong 6 arrows.
Not shabby at all.
They've opened up quite a significant lead over here, Scotland B. So I don't know whether they'll struggle to kind of cover that difference back in again. I think if Scotland A is going to carry on shooting strong.
Yeah, it is quite a wide gap to start with, but we've seen in the other matches, you can always pull it back. That last arrow, the wind was really blurring. You can see it in that replay there. She was lucky to get it in the 5, I think. Sometimes it's hard when you're on limited time. And if your sight's moving from left to right, you kind of just have to get it off when you can.
if you're shooting just a normal qualification match or whatever, it's the kind of wind you'd come down in and wait for it to settle a bit, but because you've only got the limited time, you kind of got to force the shot sometimes as well.
Especially when you're last on the line as well.
Yeah, you run out of time. I think it's part of what makes it interesting. It can make it a bit more random as such as you don't necessarily have the time to choose your shot.
I think she's struggling to pull those arrows out.
Taking 2 of them.
Doesn't look like she's got an arrow puller in her hand. That'd
be why. I don't know whether you can see that or not. I think we're too busy looking at the judge and the teams.
Oh,
that's what they're looking at, is them taking their time getting the arrows out of the target.
We were just looking at the agents struggling to pull the arrows out of one target.
So Scotland B to carry on first. Excuse for any background noise. The gentlemen here are attempting to move the barbecue around for lunch. I don't know how well it's going for them currently.
You can see the bow moving with the wind when she dropped there.
She's caught the 9 again. She's been consistent in this match. She had 2 9s during her first end as well.
That's a better shot from Kirsty.
Nice form.
Still slightly to the right.
You can see now in comparison to her last end when she was shooting, this arrow socks have dropped right off. So
yeah, you can see her front arm just wobbling a little bit. Better score than last though.
Still looks like she's fighting with it a little bit. Oh, drilled straight in.
Looks like this face is going to be a clean, nice face. You can see her hat's tilted as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a carry-on effect, I think, from the way the sun's been. It's kind of gone a bit overcast here now, but definitely when she was shooting on the range earlier this morning, she needed it on that angle so she could actually see what she was looking at.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's alright, that'll do. Nice.
Lovely, there we go.
Just what you want. Very quick shots from Kirsty today.
Looked like a decent shot, but slipped down to the 7.
Time then.
Scotland A offered the opportunity to open up the gap even further here with a couple of 7s from Scotland B.
Nice.
Still a nice shot.
It's quite a quick shot that, but it's just caught the edge of the 10 with it.
Performed well. Gave the last person 20 seconds to get on the line and shoot a good shot.
Will she nick that? Not certain whether she will find out, but nevertheless, the gap is now opened up to at least 19. Is it? What's
21 points.
21. Maths. My old friend. A considerable gap, anyway.
Yeah, I think they'll be comfortable shooting the next couple of ends with that kind of lead.
If they just they've been shooting very consistently. The three of them, they've all looked fairly good shots. No reason to panic on their behalf.
Still smiling from both teams, which is what we like to see anyway. Enjoying the time out on the finals field.
That's one of the advantages, the likes of this, is it's there's not many opportunities you'll get to feature in this sort of thing. I think this weekend will go down as quite a success, really, to be honest. It's been well organised and well run. I think everybody's thoroughly enjoyed themselves.
Scores confirmed by the target scoring.
I think everybody's just glad to get together for a nice big competition after everything that's been going on in the world.
Most definitely. COVID hasn't been the nicest to us archers, has it?
No.
There you go, Scotland B to shoot first again.
So it was downgraded from a 10 to a 9, so it's only a 20-point difference instead of the 21. She shot very well this match.
Yeah, she has.
I don't think she's been outside the yellow all match.
Seven.
I don't think Kirsty will be happy with how hours are going this match. This last person in their team, she's not very lucky with the wind. I think it always picks up when it's her turn. It didn't matter then.
She'll be happy to have found the 10 ring after the first couple of ends. She's had a bit of a rocky start.
Bit shaky.
She had to fight that a bit with her bow arm to drag it across, but she's managed to claw it into the 9 there. Beth looks cool as a cucumber all morning. Straight into the 10 again.
I think when you're performing that well, you're allowed to be.
Another 3 solid hours from the Scotland A team. They're looking fairly settled and comfortable all match.
Not really going out of the gold at all, are they?
No, they've looked very calm and collected as well, which I think makes a massive difference in terms of just the psychological part of it, if nothing else.
Yes, definitely.
They haven't struggled with the timings.
7.
Oh, slipped that out to 7.
Yeah.
I think I might have to take commentator's curse on that.
Yeah.
9.
Fair from Kirsty. It's only just outside the 10.
Just sighted in. Fortunately, it's a bit late to pick up the score.
I know you were saying earlier about the opportunity to claw back the score versus the recurve match, but in this sort of circumstance, it's actually sometimes it can be a curse and a blessing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a particularly bad, which is going to struggle to time it. Just
9.
into the 9 though. Sometimes if you have a poor opening end for your sighters or whatever as such, if you're not dialed in straight away, it can be quite difficult to claw it back, where if it's a setted match, you just have to
win that end.
file under a loss for that one and then just have to gather yourself for the remaining sets. Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely.
She definitely knows what she's doing.
Nice.
Just outside the 10, but in the ballpark as such. The Scotland A teams look very very comfortable. They've shot very well together. Lovely 10.
Nice. They should be really happy with how they're shooting this match.
The cumulative score they're going to have at the end of this match is going to be a really nice total.
Just unfortunate that when you have to shoot against your own country for that medal.
Yeah, well, they're only a couple of points off being in the gold medal match, and the way they've shot this morning, it's a shame maybe they aren't. They'd fancied their chances.
Yeah, they might be used to the wind more than the other archers by the way that they're performing compared to the other teams.
I mean, it can make a difference on where your training field and stuff is. Some people do shoot in the wind fairly often, in other places they can have a very sheltered field, so it can be quite. You can maybe train for better form as such if it's sheltered, but it can make it more difficult to shoot in the wind if you're not used to it. We'll be stereotypical and say that Scottish are maybe used to the wind more.
Stereotypical for a reason, though, sometimes.
I mean, all these ladies, I'm certain they made it for the Scotland team. It means they shoot to a fairly high level as it is, and they travel all around the UK, no doubt, to shoot at all these competitions.
Yeah, it's a really great privilege to shoot for your country. It means that you've put in the work and the effort, and it's clearly showing with these matches.
So Scotland B for the last end. They'll be hoping for a nice strong end to finish.
Looks like a 25-point lead for the Scotland A team.
I think they'll be happy if they can just put in six nice strong shots to finish.
You always want to end a match well, no matter what score you come out with. As long as you end it well, then that's a...
Oh,
there we go.
Lovely. Nice big finish as such. Looks like an 8.
She definitely looks strong when she's shooting. It might just be the wind that's catching her.
I think it's a 10.
Yeah.
She's clipped the engine out.
She's definitely brought it back from those first ends that she had.
Mm.
You never know, they might get a bit comfortable in this last end and that something might go wrong. Could technically still be anyone's match, although it is a wide point gap.
Lovely.
Still a good shot.
Nine.
They're all grouping in that area, so maybe the winds took them.
Maybe. looks like she's clipped the line there. Should be happy how she shot this. She's match. She's been, other than the 7 she had in the other end, she's shot very consistently. She's looked like strong shots.
Out in the 7 again.
Kirsty's looked like her shots have been strong, but just doesn't seem to have settled score-wise for her.
No. Unfortunately.
Nice down then. 2-1. Just got away with it. Looks like she nicked the 9 with it though.
Yeah.
So the scores are all drawn before Scotland A's even put an arrow out, so
Just a hit to win, really.
any hits out of the 3 of them would do the job. Take the bronze.
There we go.
Lovely.
So we know now that Scotland will be taking back the bronze medal. Hopefully, as long as they keep it within the time.
9 as well. So 20 seconds left on the clock. Should be enough time, unless anything goes wrong to be comfortably in. Lovely. I tell you what, that was a great match from Scotland. They haven't had a single arrow outside the yellow, and I don't think we've seen a lot of any of the teams this morning. Even the men's matches are out. Great grouping. 228, a fantastic score.
It's a really good score.
It's 228. 240 is it? So they've only over 24 hours. They've already dropped 12 points. That's a cracking score. That is at any level.
Especially when they probably haven't shot in a team format like this for a long time, maybe.
And they certainly, maybe the 3 of them haven't shot together as such as a team, even if they've shot them before. So I think they can be really happy with their weekend from that point of view.
They should be really proud of how they've performed today. For both teams, to be fair. I think the other team just got unlucky with their shots. They all looked pretty strong.
Just takes a couple of stray arrows and suddenly it just gets away from you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field of play the coach and judge for the next match. Please welcome to the field of play the athletes for the next match.
So now we have the compound women's team goal final, similar as the men's. We've got the yellow team versus the blue team from England. In the yellow team, we've got Layla Harrison, Izzy Carpenter and Ella Gibson. And in the blue team, we've got Susan Corliss, Lizzie Foster and Vicky Loader. So another 6 archers put together, which are incredible caliber, really. I mean, once again, the yellow team. Are the ladies going to Yankton as well? Or?
Yeah, I believe they are.
I'm pretty certain this is basically what the yellow team is going to end up with for GB as such. So England's turned out some quality of archers this weekend. I mean, in the quarterfinals, the yellow team had a bye, and then they beat Scotland B by 230 to 211, so they only dropped 10 points in their semi-final, which is very impressive. And then the England blue team had a bye in the quarterfinals, and they beat Scotland A by 227 to 224. So going on the scores from the semi-finals, this could be another close affair, similar to the men's medal match. So we'll see how we get on.
It'll definitely be an interesting match at the least.
It looks like the yellow team's going to start us off here as well.
Sometimes that can be a tactic that they use if they feel confident in their shots to get some good arrows off in the first to possibly make the other team nervous for their opening arrows. There you go.
Lovely, strong shot that was, straight in the X. I mean, this compound team for the yellow team it's a very young team. It's been a bit of change of guard as such. Recently in the last year or two for the ladies compound, and we've started to see that, maybe in the men's as well, with Adam Carpenter coming through on that side of you. But it's definitely taken more effect on the ladies' side.
9.
Yeah, I think the wind caught Layla there. Yeah, Izzy and Ella are only just out of the junior level. They're recently into the adult competitions now, and Layla's still in the junior youth category.
It's 21 for juniors on the international stage, is it?
Yeah,
still?
under 21.
So I mean, it kind of shows the average age of that squad, and it feels like they've been around for a very long time. So it shows they come all the way through the junior ranks as such, both at England and GB levels. So shooting on these sort of stages.
They have a really good shot there, though. They're not phased.
I mean, the blue team is still a very good shooting squad as well. Not be put down on the slightest. They're all 3 very experienced, very good archers.
Yeah, I think Lizzie and Susan, they've both been on international competitions. I think it's Victoria that's sort of the underdog, but she's definitely put in the scores to prove that she's definitely still at the same level, no matter whether her experience is there or not.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty certain Susan is here. Is she here for the tour finals next weekend?
Yes,
still
she is.
As such as well.
And Lizzie.
So I mean, they're still top 8 as such. You want to put it in Britain if you want to put it from that perspective. So it's not a shabby squad in the slightest. Well, excellent.
There you go. That's not what you like to see. I'm shot with all of these girls, and they're all lovely people to shoot with.
I mean, have you come through the junior ranks with them as well?
I've shot internationally with all 3 of the yellow team.
I mean, you still in the junior categories, or?
Yeah, I'm still in under 21. Lovely shot from Izzy there.
Great 6 hours, 58 from the end.
See if Victoria can put a good shot in there. She can.
It's gone in a bit of a funny angle, so it'll be interesting to see what it's.
They've called it in on that one. I think I might just agree with them.
Very kind of you.
9.
I mean, the blue team's just got a couple more 9s than the yellow team, but it's still very strong shooting.
Still a strong shot that came from Lizzie.
So it's 58 to 55 currently. Still nothing outside the yellow, which kind of shows the quality of the 6 archers. It's just the yellow team have managed to find the 10 ring a couple more times.
Yeah, they've settled into it a lot quicker than the other team, which might have come from experience. They all look really strong on their shots.
Well, who was it that shot? Was it somebody shot the British record a couple weeks ago? Was it?
Ella's gained quite a few records in her time shooting. I think she's had the world record she's had European records and British records. I think it was recently she shot the British record.
7:16 out of 7:20 or something in qualifying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is
She's a phenomenal shooter.
insane.
Okay, the score's been confirmed by our target judging team. The blue team on target number 2 will be.
I think she's seen
shooting
the
first in
archery
next
field
end
more
of
than she's
this
seen in her own house.
Well, it's back to the old thing, isn't it? If you're going to be top level of your game, unfortunately, the arrows have got the hours and the arrows
Yeah.
have got to come. The blue team's actually been down. That one we weren't certain about on the 10's actually been downgraded to a 9, so it is 58 to 54, and the blue team will shoot first as a result. As you can hear, the bit of a stray arrow there into the 5. It didn't look that bad of a shot. Obviously, didn't go great. As you can hear, probably in the background, the lunch menu has started to take effect. I think. Oh, excellent! That's a lovely X.
That was a nice shot.
I think after this, are we breaking for lunch after this before we have the recurves this afternoon?
Yeah, we have the medals after this match, and then I'm assuming it'll be lunch by the sounds of it. Sounds like we have chips.
Sounds like we have chips.
10.
Good
Nice.
shot.
Good recovery from the 5.
Nice shot. I think Ella shot a 150 in a individual head-to-head match at one of the national tours in another week. We'll be seeing her at the national tour final here next week as well. Rightly so.
I mean, how many of these ladies will be here next weekend out of the 6 of them?
I think all 5. There'll be 5 of them, except from Victoria.
Sorry.
This is kind of what we're expecting to see next week.
10.
Nice.
Let's see if Victoria can pick up from that bad arrow she got. She definitely picked it back from that 5. I still don't think she'll be too happy with it. With the level that she was shooting earlier this weekend.
I mean, they shot an excellent score during the semi-finals. So
yeah, it might be the nerves and the lack of experience on the final field that might be putting her down a bit.
Maybe.
Still not a bad shot from England blue team. Lovely. Smack in there.
Almost feels like an inevitability rather than a maybe.
Yeah. More of a shock if she gets one out than in.
Do you think you ever get bored of shooting 10s?
Good shot from Layla. I don't think so. At her level, you can't be bored of shooting 10s. Izzy looks really strong when she's shooting. And it shows.
I think she's managed to catch the line. I think that will be nice. Be marked down as a star, but I think the yellow team have established a commanding lead over the blue team in that end. Just a couple of loose arrows and a few more 10s from the yellow team as well in reverse has resulted in good lead for the yellow team.
Yeah, 58 and a 57.
It's nice. I mean, the fact that both Izzy and Adam are obviously brother and sister, and both of them shot in the gold medal match here. It's quite power family as such, and certainly of rivalry in that household between the pair of them.
Izzy recently shot a 700 plus score. I think that was at Barnsley National Tour. She was really happy about that. I mean, she's in the 700 club, which is what we all aspire to be in.
It's an elite club, isn't it? I mean, Barnsley's a home ground as well, isn't it, I think?
Yeah.
So nice for her to get to do it there as well. Part of the thing, a lot of these archers can shoot very good ends, but coming to the competitions, obviously the travel and then the nerves or whatever that goes with the competitions. Everybody knows you can do it in practice. It's doing it on the days. Sometimes
sometimes it's harder to maintain that level that you've been shooting at than it is to lose. Especially when people expect a lot from you. That can be tricky.
It does become the issue when you get to a certain stage.
Nice and strong. She's definitely leaving the other team members a lot of time to get their arrows off. There's another archer that's really strong. Nice 10. Nice.
Good 3 arrows from the blue team there.
Very strong.
Wind just feels like it's dropped off a bit in comparison to what it was earlier this morning. The flags there. You can still see it's still blowing a bit in the background, but they're not got quite the bend on them that they did earlier on this morning. Straight in the X.
Yeah, especially when they were on the practice field before and they was practicing during the wind. Getting on the finals field and there's less wind, that could throw them off a bit. Good strong shot from Layla. Nice shot. Just a little bit low. Shouldn't be too upset about that shot though. Nice shot. The grouping's definitely coming in a bit as a team. Still looked like a good strong shot. She didn't drop or anything like that. Nice. Really nice shot from Lizzie there.
57 is a good recovery after a couple of loose arrows last end. Smiles coming to the line.
Quickly turned off though when she's in a bubble.
It is impressive.
There you go.
It's impressive to watch people stand at the tents or by the bows and stuff, and they're having a laugh at a joke, and suddenly the poker face descends as soon as they hit the line. It's impressive the ability some of them have to switch on and off this the switch.
Yeah. Nice shot from Layla. That's where she wants him to be. Izzy's got loads of time. Izzy's a fast, always last, so because she's a fast shooter. But she'll be happy with that amount of time. She can take a good shot with that.
9-10
There you go, and it proves.
So whether 57 or 58, it's been fairly consistent from their point of view. Yeah, it's back to the tactics of what order you want the team in to go first. You can either sometimes you have people have the quick shooters go first to give the longer shooters more time at the end to settle into their shots, or have the slow shooters go first. So if they do take a while, you've got someone at the end that can get the shot off quickly if the time's running out.
Sometimes when it's windy, the order can sort of mess up if you're not prepared for it to be windy. So if you've got your long shooters first, it can be extra long, or if you've got your short shooters first, then they can be longer, and your long shooters at the end can be in less time subsequent to that.
I mean, the advantage obviously the yellow team will have is that these three ladies have shot together for quite some time now, which has got a significant advantage of a lot of other people this weekend. They'll have far more practice of shooting at team events, both at junior and senior levels.
Yeah, they'll know what to expect.
So they know each other fairly well, and they know how each other shoots fairly well. I don't think that can be understated as an advantage.
Okay, those scores confirmed. The England blue team will shoot first again.
So we've got a 10-point lead, England yellow team compared to the England blue team. But we've seen it before, they can still pull it back. Just need to be confident in their shots now. It's alright, I think she'll be happy with that, with the wind that she shot in. I think the women struggle more in the wind compared to the men, with just how they're built naturally.
Yeah, I mean the bows aren't dissimilar sizes either. It's not like you've got different equipment necessarily.
No.
So I think it can make a difference. Good shot from Lizzie. She's been shooting strong all morning. She always looks like she's got a good strong shot. Fall through and everything.
See if Ella can keep putting those tens in. Looks like the wind's picked up.
10.
And she can.
Yeah, it's impressive.
There you go, that's what you want to see. Layla had a slight wobble during this season, but it's clear that she's brought it back. And she's stronger than ever. Nice shot.
10 as well, lovely 3 arrows to start with for the three of them. Looks like she had to fight it a little bit to get it to come back in though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of giggles going on between the three of them anyway. Oh, nice. Good arrow to finish from her.
She'll be happy with that one.
It's good recovery after the 5 from earlier on.
I don't think she was expecting that from that shot. Nice shot. 51 to finish that match for the blue team.
Blue team just feel like they've struggled to find the centre of the target a little bit more than maybe they'd like.
Yeah. Can Ella finish on a 10 for this match?
You're desperate for a bit of commentator's curse, aren't you? Has she been outside the 10? Has she missed the 10 this match?
She's been inside the 10 this entire match. She's a phenomenal shooter.
I tell you what, it's a rough state of affairs when you're the weak link of the team when you shoot the occasional 9.
Yeah. Devastating, isn't it?
Nice
shot from Layla.
See if they can finish with a full house here. be a big finish and a half. Oh, slipped down to the 8 where everyone on there, but still 58. 57s, 58s to give you a total of 230 out of 240 is still a fantastic thing. I think that 8 was the only, was that the only one they had out in the red all match?
Yeah, I think they had a liner.
They had a line cutter, didn't they? But I don't know what went wrong with that 8. It didn't look like a bad shot, but nevertheless, they've I think they've taken a comfortable win there for the gold, the yellow team.
Yeah, the highest score the women's team has shot this morning, not this afternoon.
So. There you go, gold, silver medalists in the women's team.
Fantastic shooting from both teams there.
It's been a great quality of shooting generally on the whole day from everybody. So I'm looking forward to the recurve matches this afternoon to see if they can keep up the tempo as such.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be more spectators and more cheering from the crowd.
Right, had official confirmation this morning. That's this morning's shooting done. The recurve finals will take place at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Hope you can join us. Hope to see you there. Thanks very much for sticking with us this morning.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Okay, and that's all confirmed with a win there for target number 1. Thank you very much for joining us for this morning's session. There will be an awards ceremony out the back of the DOS tent shortly, in about 5 minutes' time. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you all again at 2 o'clock this afternoon for the recurve team finals matches. Thank you.